Hello viewers, I'm Jane, the Ultimate Filipina. Today's episode, although an entertainment one, actually happens in the Philippines more often than you can imagine. Intelligent foreigners put their trust and resource in a Filipina that reels him in, hook, line, and sinker. My story begins in the USA, where Dave, a low-level federal government employee, is nearing retirement and has been watching foreigner blogger channels in the Philippines. He is captivated by the paradise and endless beauties depicted by foreigner YouTubers in the Philippines and their happiness and success. He particularly follows a vlogger who convinced him he is the book, an expert on finding the perfect Filipina and building a home in the province. He took the vlogger's advice and did a scouting trip to the Philippines and settled on Cebu for his 2 weeks vacation so that he could meet his ideal Filipina with boots on the ground and not on a dating site. He even met with his favorite blogger who recommended finding a province girl and traditional Filipina. He took his advice and while walking in a province outside Cebu City, he met Leonora, a 25 years old Filipina who worked at a sari-sari store or a small neighborhood store in the province. He met her his fourth day in the country and met her parents and siblings. The relationship grew and developed and they had intimacy. His last day before he returned to the USA. Dave, who was 63, couldn't believe how beautiful Leonora was and that he made love to a 25 years old girl who made him feel like he was a superstar. Fast forward to his retirement, 5 months later, Dave and Leonora decided to marry, and Dave sold his house in the USA, paid off all his bills, and asked Leonora to marry him. Dave had over $200,000. They coordinated and did an online marriage so that when he returned to the Philippines, they could build a house and buy land. Upon retirement and returning to the Philippines, Dave purchased land from the family and built 3 houses. One for the parents, one for him and Leonora, and one to rent for income. He also bought a car and the parents and her 2 sisters a motorbike for travel with their kids on the mountain roads. He invested $15,000 on a pig venture with her brother. To end this story, Dave had to return to the USA for his dad's funeral. Upon return to the Philippines, Leonora did not meet him at the airport. He took transportation to the province, but his new house, which was in Leonora's name, had been sold. Same for the houses because none were in his name. He had foolishly transferred all his cash and savings to 25 years old Leonora bank account prior to his departure. They all disappeared in only 2 weeks through sheer effort and police help. He learned Leonora was already married and had 3 kids. Thus, his online marriage was not recognized. Online marriage companies take a couple's word that they are both single. No proof required. Dave went to the bank and her account had been emptied. He found out he was caught up in an elaborate fraud and scam. He didn't take the blogger's advice to trust but verify. Dave went from having money and homes to broke and despair in 3 weeks' time. He only had $200 with him and had purchased a fake two-way ticket and had no return ticket. but he had no home to return to anyway. David now sleeps and works in a local funeral parlor. The U.S. Embassy is working with him for a return ticket. David no longer sees the Philippines as a paradise. He sees it as his living hell. He blames himself for having expectations and trust that resulted from lust. Lesson learned, trust but verify. He now has to start all over again and is old, penniless, and tired. Too bad Leonora was not an ultimate Filipina. I'm Jane, the ultimate Filipina, wishing you an ultimate day, an ultimate life in the Philippines. Take care. Bye.